Hi there, I'm Christine, the Gemini Stitcher, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm really pleased that you've subscribed, and if you're one of my existing subscribers who's stuck with me from the beginning, thank you so much. So it's Friday, and that means Friday sews. But if you follow me regularly, you'll know that I do my makes and plans on a Monday. So I joined in the Friday sews, but my Friday sews is a little bit different because it doesn't go through my makes or my plans. So what are we going to talk about? Well, for the next few weeks, I thought we would twist it a bit, do something a little bit different, and something that I've not done for, must be 18 months now, and that's look at what's coming in the retail shops for the autumn and winter. Now, the reason I'm doing it is not because I want to buy clothes from the shops, because I don't do that anymore. And it really doesn't bother me because my clothes actually fit me, they reflect my personality, and I'm much happier in what I'm wearing. But it's nice to keep ahead of the trends. And I feel like I might have lost my way a bit on that and just doing my own thing, maybe a little bit too much for my liking anyway. So I thought we'd have a look at what used to be my favourite shops, and I'm going to choose one shop a week, and I'm going to choose some garments that I like that are coming in the autumn and winter in that shop and match them to patterns. So the first shop I want to look at is one of my all-time favourites, and who doesn't love Monsoon? I used to spend, I could spend hours in there trying stuff on. And I've not been in there, obviously, for at least 18 months. But I thought I'd have a look online, see what's coming in the autumn and winter, and then pair those garments up with patterns to recreate the look, or try to. So shall we make a start? I've chosen 5 garments. Believe you me, I probably had about screenshots of at least 20. But I've wound my neck in, narrowed it down to the 5 things that I would probably buy if they fitted me, and that I will get enough wear out of through the autumn and winter. So, shall we have a look together? Okay. The first garment that I lusted over was this dress. How gorgeous is that? Now, obviously, the embroidery around the neckline is possibly what makes it, but I do like the shaping of the neck. It's got a little mandarin collar with pleat detail, which I think is really nice. I like the shape of the sleeves. I like the detail of the cutout neck. The only thing I'm not sure of is the gathered waist, because as you get older, your waist thickens out, and I'm just a bit bothered that that's just going to make me look even bigger. We will see. So what do Monsoon say about this dress? Sorry, I'm looking down because that's where I've written all my notes. If I bring it up, that's better, isn't it? Right. So Monsoon say this is the embroidered floral cord dress, which is great. It's made out of cord fabric with boots and some thick tights on in winter. Perfect. You could even, if it was very cold, layer it up with a thin polo neck underneath. Sorted. And I think I would really get my wear out of that dress if it fitted me. I know it won't. If I went into Monsoon, that dress would be round my ankles because I'm 5 foot on a good day. And then I'd be fed up because I'd want it. And the waist to be round my hips. Basically, I'd look like a little girl with my mum's dress on. Anyway, and the price is £90. It's got all that embroidery on. If I was in Monsoon, I would convince myself that it was worth that £90, and it probably is, to be honest. What sizes does it come in? It comes in a UK 8 up to a 24, good size range, and they're classing it as a slip-on and go dress, which means there's no zips, no fastenings, just chuck it on over your head. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. It's got ruffle details at the sleeves. That's why I like the sleeve shape. I didn't notice it was a ruffle. And it's a mid-length skirt. So, have I found any patterns that will suit or try and match up to that dress? So I'll leave the dress up there and I'll start popping the patterns up, images up over here. And then hopefully you'll get a bit of an idea how it's going to work. So, the first pattern that I found that I thought might work is from So Different, and it's their Ripple Dress. So there it is. It has got the same sort of skirt as that one, hasn't it? However, these are the things that I've written down what I would need to change on that to make it more like that. So, the first thing that needs changing is you need to create a V at the front because it's just a very little notch. But that's very doable. You can, if the front pattern piece is place it on the fold of the top bodice, then you can easily hold it back a bit and recreate that little notch where you folded it back. Easy done. So, yes, it needs the V creating at the front, but it's perfectly doable. And then I've said I need to lengthen the sleeves and add a frill because the sleeves are short sleeves. But they can be lengthened and you can add the frill detail on the bottom. Okay? Then I've said add the pleated mandarin collar because it hasn't got any sort of detail. It's just a plain round neck. But again, it's only a pleat detail. Straight piece of fabric folded over, pleated, job done. Makes a huge difference, I think, to the style of how that dress would look if it had that collar. And that's it. So that would then make that dress more like that. Obviously, it hasn't got the embroidery around the neck, but you can go online and find embroidered collar panels and use them. That's the one thing I haven't looked for. But if I find any, I will pop the links in the descriptions as embroidered collar panels, and I'll put some links if I find any. So the next dress that I thought you could use would be the Style Arc Xanthe Dress. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it right, but there it is. Lovely dress. Never seen it before. Why not? I don't tend to buy many Style Arc patterns because the details in the instructions are very scant, but they do have some nice patterns, and this is one of them. So what would you need to do to the Style Arc Xanthe dress to make it look like the Monsoon dress? So I've said you need to change the collar to the pleated mandarin again, like the last one, but perfectly doable. And then this one's got long sleeves, so you can leave the sleeves as they are. If you like that sort of sleeve, it doesn't matter. But if you want it to look like that, then you need to shorten the sleeve and add the ruffle detail on it. And then, because this dress isn't gathered all the way around the waist, I think I actually prefer it to that one because it's less bulk around your waist area. But I would want to cinch it in, so I would add waist ties at the waist and tie it in at the back, because you've got the gathers at the front and it's a straight back. I would want to cinch it in, personally. That's just me. Or you could leave it as it is. Perfectly fine. So then the last idea I had of how to recreate this dress look is a little bit different, because it's not a dress. And it is the Hey June Pheonix Blouse. There it is. Now, the collar detail is almost bob on. Just needs that little mandarin collar adding. It's also got a separate, is it a placket or a yoke at the front there, that is a separate piece of fabric. So although you can't recreate that embroidered look like that, you could put some embroidered fabric, use the same fabric and layer it up with some embroidery, or put a different fabric that's heavily embroidered in that centre panel. That could work very well. And yes, it's a blouse, but because it's got gathers at the front underneath that front panel, and it's got a gathered yoke on the back, it can be lengthened, and I have done it with a summer dress. So I lengthened it, just graded it out slightly so it was a little bit A-line, to the length that I wanted it as a dress. I added some ties at the end of the front placket. I'm calling it everything under the sun. I need to find out what it's actually called. Front panel. I had waist ties put in there and used it to cinch it in at the back, and could do exactly the same to recreate my version of that look. And to be honest, I think because I've already got that pattern, that may well be the route that I go down. So that is the first monsoon garment and how I would recreate it. So shall we move on to the next one? Otherwise, we're going to be here all day, aren't we? Which we may well be. Hey, it's a rainy day in Lancashire. Who cares? So garment number 2 is the Monsoon Jumbo Cord Pinafore Dress. There it is. Now, there's loads of patterns that would recreate that. Loads of them. But I've chosen 2 that I would like to try. So what do Monsoon say about the Jumbo Cord Pinafore Dress? It is £75. It comes in a size small to an XXL. Good size range. And they're saying stay warm and look cool, with the scoop neck and tailored bodice, and use it for limitless layers. I'm sold. I love it. And if I was in Monsoon, I would be trying that on. And I'd be trying thin polo necks on with it, and blouse underneath it. And the basket would be getting fuller and fuller, wouldn't it? Get my drift. You had no control in that shop. So, what patterns am I going to use to try and recreate that pinafore? Because it's a garment I want in my winter wardrobe, I've decided this winter. So the first pattern that I found is the Jennifer Lauren Dulce Pinafore. And there it is. Lovely pinafore, that. Love it. Okay, it's not an exact replica, but you're getting my drift. It's got all the button detail down the front. It's got a square neck and it has a tailored bodice, the same as that one. But it has a waistband detail that one doesn't have. So I also like the square pocket detail on that one. I think it adds an extra dimension to it. And I like the calf length. That one's perhaps a little bit too short for my liking, but we'll see. So I like the length. And it is more of an A-line shape, so it's less figure hugging than this one would be on me. So I think on my body shape, that would look better than that one does. I think. And I like the square neckline. Then the other one that I found that is more like this is a style art pattern again, the Geri Dress, and there it is. So that one has got the scoop neckline the same. It's got the princess seams to give it the tailored look, and it's a mid-calf length. So that made up is going to be more like that than the Jennifer Lauren one, but I think the Jennifer Lauren one is better for my shape of body. So that is garment number 2. Oh yes. So number 3 is, I saw this and my eyes popped. I'm addicted to buying jackets. Always have been. If I don't buy anything else, I'll either buy shoes or a jacket. Guaranteed. And this one would go in my basket straight away. Now it is the velvet quilted jacket. Look at that. Definitely what I would go towards. Whether it would fit me or not is another matter, isn't it? So what do Monsoon say about this gorge jacket? It's £125. Comes in a size small to a size XL. And they're calling it a quilted textured look, long line profile, open front, patch pockets, and concealed hook and eye fasteners. Okay, all of those doable for any sewer. Even a beginner sewer could do this jacket. So I found 2 patterns that I thought would work. And the first one is no surprise to anybody, I am sure. It is the Grain Line Studios Tamarack Jacket. Now, what would I need to do to the Tamarack to make it more like the Monsoon jacket? I'd have to soften the neckline because it is quite angular on the Tamarack, but that's perfectly doable. Change the pockets. On the Tamarack, they are welt pockets. On this one, they're patch pockets. Patch pockets are easier to put on anyway, so that would not be a problem. And the only other thing I would need to do to the Tamarack would be to lengthen it a little bit and box the bottom. So get rid of the shaping at the bottom of the Tamarack and it will look like that. And that's it. That's it. Apart from finding some gorgeous velvet and quilting it. Yeah. Definitely on my radar, this one. Because I've got the Tamarack jacket. Just not got any velvet. I'm sure I can find some somewhere. Right. The second jacket pattern to try and replicate the jacket was an Italia Scammit Absolu jacket, or Absolu. Here it is. Almost identical, I think, this jacket. It's slightly shorter, so you just need to lengthen it, or maybe I wouldn't because I'm short anyway, and add patch pockets, and that's it. And that jacket will look like that. won't it? So, might have to get that. Moving on. Wow, so we're up to number 4. Number 4 and number 5 go together. But number 4 first is a corded blazer. Look at that. It's £100. And we all know there's a lot of work goes into making a blazer. So, you know, as a shop bought garment from Monsoon, I will probably buy it. Size 8 to 24. And it said, made for winter days with a tailored fit and welt pockets. So, what patterns have I found that I think would work as a corded jacket? My version of that. The first one is one I've already got, and probably, to be honest, the one that I will use. And it is the Avid Seamstress blazer. There it is. It's not a new pattern, but it's an oldie but goodie. Now, what would I need to change on it to make it more like the Monsoon? I'd need to look at the pockets. Now, because they're welt pockets, and they're an ingenious inseam pocket, which I would be loath to change, to be honest. So I would live with the fact that the pockets aren't the same. Really. And then, the only other thing I've thought, which is nothing to do with this jacket, is just something that I've thought, oh, on Fabric Godmother, they've got some gorgeous patterned cords fabrics going. And I thought, because this jacket can be done as a two-tone, I would do the main part of the jacket in a plain cord, and then where the pockets are at the bottom, just do that bit in a matching patterned cord fabric. And then when we come to the next item, I would do that in plain and make it a complete, just break the pattern at the bottom of the jacket, would just break it up a bit. So that's what I would do if I was making that jacket. Make it nothing like that one, but that's what I would do. So the second pattern that I found that I thought would make a stunning cord blazer is from Maison Fauve, and it's their Manhattan blazer. Look at that baby. Stunning, stunning blazer. So what did they say about it? It's a tailored cut, obviously. It's got the option to have padded shoulders, which if you're like me and you've got narrow shoulders, then might be a good idea. And you can have welt or patched pockets on it. So you can get the welt pockets that are on the Monsoon jacket on the Maison Fauve pattern. And it also has a secret inside pocket as well. Wow. Extra bang for your buck there. So they're the two patterns that I would consider using to recreate the Monsoon corded blazer. And I said, garment 4 and garment 5 go together. And that is because garment 5 is these wide leg cord trousers that go with the jacket. And there it all is together. Love the look for the winter. Looks really warm, really snuggly, but really smart. So what do Monsoon say about their wide leg cord trousers? They're £70 and they come in a size 8 to a size 24. Now, I know for a fact, if I tried these trousers on in Monsoon, they will bury me. And they'd be miles too long. And then if I turn them up, they just would not look right. They wouldn't. it wouldn't work, because you know, when you're altering a pattern, you alter it at various stages along the leg. You don't just chop it off at the bottom, because it doesn't work, does it? Anyway, so what do Monsoon say about the cord trousers? They're made for winter. Well, yeah, because the cord. They've got a comfortable wide leg and rear welt pockets. Interesting. So I've found two patterns that I thought I could try. The first one is the Megan Nielson Dawn jeans, and there they are. Now, they are more of, both patterns I've found are more of a casual style-ish, but I think when they're made up in some smart cord fabric, they will look every bit as good as they do. So the Dawn jeans have various options to them. So there's different leg styles that you can make. So you wouldn't just be buying it for these wide leg pants, you would use it again and again and again. And indeed, I have this pattern and I've used it about 3 times so far, which is great, because I'm terrible for buying patterns, using it once, sticking it in the drawer. One of my many failings. So the Dawn jeans, you can get them in the wide leg. They have multiple length options, and it has a back yoke. Now, the only difference between the Dawns and the Monsoon ones is the pockets on the back. They've got welt pockets, they've got patch pockets. But hey, you can change it to a welt pocket if you want to. Personally, I'm not mad keen on them. I must have a big rear end, is all I can say. Because whenever I've made trousers with welt pockets in, they gape where the welt is, and they don't look nice. So I would put patch pockets on. Anyway, I digress. The second pattern that I thought would work would be the Italia Scammit California pants. And there they are. Gorgeous pair of trousers. They're wide leg, they're close-fitted mid-rise waist, and they're close-fitted from the mid-rise waist down to the lower hips. So quite figure-hugging down to your lower hips, and then they flare out. And they've got the back yoke again. So there we go. What do we think? I'm buzzing about these now. And I've got a list as long as my arm of things that I need to make, or, well, want to make from fabrics in my stash. And now I've looked at this lot, I'll have my work cut out if I'm going to do all those. I can't guarantee that I will. So if I was choosing, right, let's do this. If I was in Monsoon and I only had enough money to buy one garment, which one would it be? So let's run through them and see. So there's the embroidered corded dress. Really like that. The jumbo cord pinafore. Okay. The velvet quilted jacket. Do I need it? I've got loads of jackets. The corded blazer and the wide leg pants. So there they all are. I've lined them all up above my head, and I'm thinking now, which one shall I choose? Can I have two? Can't narrow it down to one. There's two that I definitely need to try and make. And I don't think you'll be surprised. Number one is the embroidered floral dress. So that one I'm going to have to try and make. And number two is the velvet quilted jacket. I know, I've got enough jackets, but absolutely gorgeous, that jacket. And also, if I make it in the right colour velvet, it can be used for evening wear when I'm going out at night, because I don't know about you, I struggle with jackets and coats to wear when I'm going out somewhere special. And that would look stunning. So they're my two from the 5. I'd love to make all 5. And you know me, I sew like a 1-0, so maybe I will do. But I'm definitely adding those 2 onto my autumn winter makes and plans, which is getting longer and longer. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed looking through Monsoon with me and seeing what I would buy and what I can make that will replicate it. And as I said, we're going to do this every week until I run out of shops to look at. So it could go on forever, couldn't we? No. Probably between now and Christmas. So next week, who am I going to look at? You'll have to tune in to find out. So stay safe, have a happy sewing day, and I will see you on Monday when we're going to talk about packing hand luggage style. So if that's something that you're interested in and how I get away with it, join me on Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.